What up? It's the Grandpa MC coming at you with another video. Like, subscribe, share, comment. Let's go to work. Alright, so this video about Paul Shirley, man. Before I get in on that, just a little background. I'm a subscriber to Jason Whitlock's channel. I forgot what it's called, but Fearless or whatever. And so, like, he be having different guys on there. He be going in so many directions, it'd be funny. But he's had Scap Attack on there for the past few months, like he's his special contributor. And this particular video I was looking at is this either reporter. I know he was a former player, but I'm not sure. I think he's a reporter now. Paul Shirley. He played with the Lakers. He was in Lakers training camp in 2000. Had to be around about 2001 or 2, 3, somewhere up in there when Kobe was young. And he matter of fact, this is a 2-day thing, because the other day he was his video with just him and Whitlock, and then they brought Scap Attack in today. Scap Attack is a admitted Kobe guy, and so Whitlock knew that this was gonna light his fire by bringing this guy on and saying what he said. So let me get into what he said. So he says that part of the reason why Kobe is looked at the way he is now is because he passed away. So he's kind of elevated higher than what he actually was. He brought out another example. He brought up who was the guy? Whitlock was like, nah, I don't think so. But I kind of agreed with Shirley on that. Who was the guy? Dang it. I'm trying to think of who. But you get what I'm saying. He's saying that since Kobe passed away, he's eulogized in a way where he's elevated to higher status than he would have been if he would have been still with us. And to that point, I kind of agree a little bit. Actually, when he was before he passed away, like, they were putting him on the detail thing he had with ESPN, where he would go, like, he was acting like he was just this super guru, and I get it, I got it, because those years that he played without Shaq, he had to really dig deep and get an understanding on how to build teammates up, how to be a better leader. He had better shot selection, especially before he got hurt. And when he started shooting badly after that last finals he went to, and he broke his finger. His shooting was never the same. He was putting up a lot of shots. And then when he got hurt, when he hurt his Achilles, like, he went into straight jack mode. Part of that is probably he pushed himself too hard. But I'm rambling. But Paul Shirley goes on to say that Kobe Bryant was not pleasant to be around. He even used the word psychopath. It wasn't psychopath. It was, I'm sorry about missing. But anyway, he said he was very intimidated, and he really didn't get a good feel off him, as opposed to Shaq. Shaq was a very friendly guy. He treated teammates really good. Like, it's been different stories. I think about Mark Madsen. Mark Madsen was on that three-peat team, and that was Shaq's boy. There's been in different guys. Dennis Scott was Shaq's boy. I'm pretty sure Dennis Scott been done some favors by Shaq, but he's just the thing that was interesting to me is that he said that he was intimidated by Kobe. Now, I'm not a Kobe. Again, I've said before, like I appreciated Kobe for what he did on the floor, and that's it. So I'm not coming from a perspective like, how dare he come at Kobe like that. I understand Kobe, and it was a wild situation because people will tell you that was around. Matter of fact, it's stories that Kobe's teammates weren't all the way with him. Kobe teammates really, like they were making fun of him. It was a story just the other day I saw where Tyronn Lue and a couple other guys were talking about Kobe, and Kobe was wearing headphones and acting like he was grooving the music, but he was hearing everything that they were saying. They said when he was bringing the Lakers back after Shaq had fouled out on that first title going against Indiana, the teammates was hollering at him to get a ball up. So I mean, Kobe, when he first got there, the fact that he was so arrogant and so sure of himself put off a few guys. But this comes down to personality and strength of will. If your personality if you're a self-sufficient guy and you don't need that much help, and you seem self-assured, some people on the weaker end of that will be intimidated, and I can vouch for that for sure. Like, it happens in workplaces, and I'm gonna just leave it at that. This ain't that type of channel. I ain't gonna vent about that, but I do understand when you have a standard and you seem self-contained and you don't need that much help, then people sometimes are off-put by that. Now, people that with the same drive and the same mindset, they understand and they can deal with you. But for a lot of people in America, a lot of humans are not that way. Some of us want help, but there's some of us that don't want help, that we can figure it out. Now, some of that's good, some of that's bad. But in his young days, yeah, Kobe was something to deal with. And in his later days, he was something to deal with, because that story about him and Smush Parker, he basically told Smush Parker, like, you can't talk to me because you ain't got no All-Star team. That was a little extreme. Like, serious. Kobe was a little extreme with some of the ways he went about things. A little. He said, that's just how he was. That's what made him the player that he was. But another comment by this guy Shirley that really put me over, that I was like, I gotta make a video about this. He said Allen Iverson was a better player than Kobe. Man, just because, man, I'm telling you, and he goes back to like the stuff that McGrady was saying, Wade, the stuff that LeBron says in private, but he can't, he uses his minions to say what he wants to say about Kobe, but it goes back to all that jealousy, envy. But again, Kobe was not perfect to me. He brought a lot of theater to the games, especially in the days before he hurt himself. Like, that's the reason why you would watch the NBA to see what Kobe was doing, because it was theater. He made you want to watch the game to see what he was gonna do. Like, man, ain't nobody, tuning in to see, LeBron, do what because LeBron play a different way, and he doesn't bring. That's part of the reason why the ratings are down. But it ain't all on LeBron. It's a byproduct of the culture now in basketball and in general. You got a lot of guys that live vicariously through these athletes and take on the attitude like, you know, how dare you? That when you a guy that, you know, just sitting up eating corn chips or whatever, of course you gonna, you know, wish that you could have been as disciplined as them. Okay, it's cool, but like, I don't put these guys up higher than what they are. So that's where I'm coming from on this. I'm trying to be fair with big folks. So yeah, man, I'm almost up to the destination, man. But yeah, I had to get this off because the Paul Shirley guy, I ain't, you know, but just my first impressions of him seemed kind of slimy to me. And that's where I think he was coming from. Whitlock, I used to, before you know, the phones became like a thing, I would read articles, long length articles. I used to read Ben Simmons. And the articles he was doing on ESPN. And I would read Whitlock's articles, and Whitlock was a Kobe hater. He hated Kobe because he was arrogant, and he was at the top of his physical peak. And Whitlock, for whatever reason, didn't like Kobe. He would write like scathing articles ripping Kobe. So Whitlock was in heaven with all this, and he made Scap Attack a little irritated. He irritated Scap a little bit. So that's where I'm coming from on this, man. Like I'm gonna have to get back at you. Grandpa out.